one of the world's most hyped companies just collapsed, and almost nobody saw it coming. Novo Nordisk, the creator of Ozempic and Wegovy, has officially entered its most dangerous phase in years. The stock is now down more than 66% from its all-time high, wiping out hundreds of billions in market value. And in multiple trading sessions, the stock crashed over 10% in a single day. Is this just a normal correction after massive hype, or the beginning of a structural decline? Production issues, supply shortages, pricing pressure, rising regulation, and growing competition from Eli Lilly? Investors are asking one question: has the Novo Nordisk boom just ended? To understand such a huge decline, we need to go back to the top. Thanks to Ozempic and Wegovy, Novo Nordisk found itself in a position where the media wrote about it as a company that would change the way the world deals with obesity. Demand for the drugs grew exponentially. Novo became the most valuable European company, and its shares rose to $148 each. But then came the sobering reality. After an initial explosion in demand, sales of Wegovy and Ozempic began to grow much more slowly in 2025. In the third quarter, Wegovy only reached about plus 18% year-on-year, compared to previous growth of around 67%. Ozempic added approximately 3%. Suddenly, it was no longer a story of endless hypergrowth. In addition, Novo had to lower its sales and profit outlook 4 times during the year. For investors who were paying multiples for Novo Nordisk shares at the time as if it were a technology growth company, at its peak around 49, this was a clear signal of a decline. In addition, Novo has long been unable to fully meet demand. The shortage of drugs gave competitors time and space. And that brings us to one of the company's most underestimated risks: unofficial copies. In the US, a huge business took off with compounding versions of semaglutide, preparations mixed directly in pharmacies. These took advantage of a regulatory exemption at a time of shortage of the original drug, and at one point were estimated to hold up to a third of the US market for obesity drugs. There was talk of more than 1 million patients on unapproved drugs. This was a direct blow to an already declining company. It expected that after the rules were tightened, demand would quickly return to its original drugs. But a full recovery did not materialize, and some patients simply found other ways to obtain these medications. On top of that, fierce competition came in the form of Eli Lilly. This company used to be somewhat overshadowed by Novo, but the situation has reversed. Lilly has its drugs Mounjaro and Zepbound, which in some studies show even greater efficacy than those from Novo. While Novo struggled with production limits and copies, Eli Lilly aggressively scaled up production and gained market share. Zepbound became the most commonly prescribed weight loss injection, and Lilly's sales exceeded $10 billion per quarter. This contrast is brutally visible in the stock charts of both companies. While Eli Lilly's stock has grown by tens of percent in recent years, and the company has reached a valuation of over $1 trillion, with its stock up 37% this year, Novo's stock has collapsed. Eli Lilly is now valued at 5 times more than Novo Nordisk, and according to StockBot on Bulios, its stock is trading at a significant premium. However, the analysis highlights Eli Lilly's very strong return on investment capital, which is the highest of all its competitors. Regulations and prices add another layer of pressure on the company. The huge boom in expensive obesity drugs has attracted the attention of politicians and regulators alike. In the US, efforts are underway to bring down the prices of such drugs. Novo has already negotiated a maximum fair price, which is to apply from 2027. Although the company claims that the impact on sales will be relatively small, investors clearly realize that the days when the company could charge whatever it wanted for its drugs are over. Research failures have not helped either. Hopes that semaglutide could be used effectively in the treatment of Alzheimer's disease, for example, were dashed when an important study failed to meet its main objectives. Shares responded with a further decline. The company also responded to the situation surrounding its share price with personnel changes. In 2025, there was a change of CEO. The new corporate plan includes a more aggressive acquisition strategy in the field of obesity, the development of new combinations and doses, and, above all, the acceleration of the development of a capsule version of Wegovy. If Novo manages to bring to market an effective pill comparable to injections and be the first to do so, it could be a major success and a reason to start a new bullish trend. This video may have ended, but Novo Nordisk has much more to offer investors. Would you like to find out the fair price of its shares? Ask for an analysis from StockBot, or delve into the results and other figures in detail. Bulios can help you with all of this. You'll find all these tools and much more in one place, so don't hesitate to join the Bulios Black Investor community. If you use the link in the description to register, you'll get a 10% discount on membership forever.